Hey everybody, welcome back. Dimitri, thank you so much. Today we're looking at the Sea Satan Demonic Warship and Demonic Warship, not Warship. But we're seeing for the very first time animation. Look at this bad boy. We got it in engine, and I was going to answer a few questions as I did feedback for you, Dimitri. Thank you so much for turning this around. So real quick, like I said, overall it's great. One of the things I noticed is we want to be careful when we're reducing art proportions because in order to add basically this extra space for the exhaust, which I really like the exhaust effect. The problem is that we had to shrink the dimensions of the ship a little bit, which makes it a little bit smaller. Yeah, I can kind of scale it up overall, but then that creates more scaling artifacts. So especially in the case where we have effects that are behind the main art, we can do these in as basically a particle system. So I already asked you to in the feedback here for notes, give me a version, if you would, of the exhaust effect in a 4-frame and a standalone Power 2 texture. So I'll add that. And then give me a version of the ship without the exhaust. I like it, but I think we can do it that way. Maybe get the bigger ship, so I want to play with it that way. So, all right, let's see. We should keep that in mind for other types of particle systems as well, too, because the more texture or the more pixels we have, the better looking the art winds up being, usually, because we know you're an awesome artist. So so on the eyes, I didn't mind them looking back and forth. The main thing was basically to let's take a look here. Oop. Is it here? Yeah. I think the main thing here is that let's try just a look left 2 frames, look right 2 frames, and we can alternate. We also stay with the blinking and just oscillate the blinking between the two so they don't blink at the same time. So there was that as feedback. Let's just get rid of the safety railings. I think they're, I think the ship is way too metal. It's too heavy metal to have safety railings for these demons. These demons do not need safety railings. By the way, it was nice getting the new the demonic turrets in. You can see they're kind of this weird fused bolting to the top of the deck, which I really enjoyed. So thank you for that. Let's see here. The other one here, I gave this to you already. So basically, the figurehead needs to come down just a little bit more. I just did a crude version where I pulled it down. The problem you can see the bullets that are shooting, and it's fine for the bullets to go between the horns, totally fine. But right now, if and I already have the collision set on the head itself, these guys are actually blocking the bullets, which makes it harder to hit these guys. You need to be a lot more precise in game. So I can show you that in a second here, but you can see, and if I adjust the collision, then it feels a bit funky. So I think it's just a little bit too high here. Let me go in, I'll just show you the whole thing here in a second. So yeah, so that's for the next revision. And I resized the demon turrets down to 256 by 256 instead of 512 by 512. The main thinking there, it was when I first asked you to do it, I gave this here. You can see here in the sprite sheet, so or in the texture, there we go. Oh. In the texture, so what I was originally thinking, right, is that this guy only takes up, with his frames of animation, this space within the Power 2 texture, and that what we could do is draw in parts of the ship to be 1-for-1, anything that isn't animated, and then what we'd have is that the ship. This would basically cover the areas that are damaged, but that creates other issues. So no worries. All we do is we just change the deliver what you delivered here. I just want you to know that it's in is it 256? Now I got to double check myself. 1 second. Yeah, it's 256 by 256. And oh yeah, so I scaled down the entire sprite sheet. That's what it is, to 256 by 256. That's what's in engine now, and I think they're 1-to-1. Yeah, so it's 100%. So, and I think that pretty much gets us what we want there. So, okay, so there was that. Was there anything else? Okay, so and the reason why I was telling you about basically the damage states is then I realized it was confusing, so I have mocked up a different way to do damage states. So I thought I would go in here and just show this to you. So basically, this is my crude version, right? So anywhere that isn't animated on the ship, that's basically the green areas, could be areas where we have damage states, right? So the main sprite sheet, like we have here for the warship, then has these damage states, right? So it's scorch marks, broken metal, hull ripped apart, right? This should be look good, like look good and awesome. I can even add particle effects for it to have like smoke and things like that coming off of there. You know, like the bitey teeth get like broken, right? Like kind of rip the top here. And then we do the same damage state for each of those, right? So we take a chunk out of the top here when these things explode. So basically what it is, so I've got, so the crude version. So basically we only need to cover up anything that is going to be damaged, right? So, and anything that's animated shouldn't be covered up. And so when the player kills each one of these turrets, because that's kind of one of the ways to do it, then it will then destroy these related plates on the top. And I kind of cut it out here, so when you're still shooting the ship, you get enough indication that you're damaging it. So let me just go ahead and show this to you. So you can still see, like in the bottom here, I'm shooting. That's enough to give indication, even though we have these kind of plates on top, but I'm okay with that. So then if I shoot off the first guy, boom, damage state. And then the second guy, damage state. And so, yeah, so I think it'll look cooler when we have the damage states here for this, of course. And yeah, so I think that was pretty much it. Take that, damage state, arena. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay. I think that's it for feedback. I hope that makes sense. And for everyone that's out there watching, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate the comments and the questions and, you know, making the content that you guys are enjoying. So thank you. And we'll talk to you soon.